Hey.
And we're back.
We're back. Another
Just
one.
like that.
It's
And you
good,
guys,
Frank.
you know how we like to kick it off. Let's just get it started. In order to take accountability for what has passed and what will be, there's no time like presently. So for all of those with mouths and ears, can we have a moment of your time? We want to gain some perspective. Can we have a piece of your mind? And
What's
welcome,
up?
welcome. Yes, man, we made it to another week.
Another one. This is number 8, huh?
Yeah, yeah. Number
That's
8, man.
cool. Number
Keeping it
8.
moving.
It came fast, man. Shoot, this consistency, this journey, man, it's been fucking
Yeah,
cool. I'm with it.
yeah, man.
So how you
Yeah,
been,
it's
brother?
been a
What's up?
man, it's been a long week, man. It's been I don't know. It was a week of reflection for me. I want to say I went
Hmm.
into this like reflection mode. Like um, so I met with the I don't know. I mentioned on last week episode I was meeting with this guy JT Fox, this millionaire, and you know what, guys. Let me give y'all some information. Like go follow this guy, right? This like believers, like people who are good at organizing. Like if you can get the numbers, if you can like show like a trajectory of what you expect your business to look like, no matter whatever the business is, if you can make it make sense, if you can put it on a graph and make it make sense for one of these billionaires and millionaires, you might get an investor. You know what I mean? What these guys are doing, and what JT Fox is like headlining. This is what I got from the last session with him. Is what he's headlining is like he's basically trying to create this bridge between like you know passionate passionate people who want to work for themselves and grow on themselves. You got to have like a certain kind of passion. You got to in these meetings, he's just kind of introducing you to like what they look for in somebody they can invest in. You know what I'm saying? So if you're operating a business, it don't really matter the business, but you can show like your numbers, how you've been keeping up, like what are some strategies you used, like and maybe even show some trajectories of what you believe the business is capable of, and like make it make sense to them. These guys will like invest in you. They'll either partner with you, or they'll finance what you got going on. That's what I'm getting from it. So I mean, you know what, you guys are definitely welcome to go follow JT Fox with two X's at the end, at JT Fox on Instagram. Hey, join in, you know what I mean, see where it takes you. It might. I mean, I'm not quite ready for it, but they do this coaching thing for free too, and they gave a little tip. So I know that's where the reflection came in, bro. I was reflecting on what I need to do next. He told me I just need to make capital. That needs to be my focus. So now I'm ready to like start marketing, man. I took 3 days off. Like I just like completely like shut out like this computer. Like I was like, I'm not touching the computer. I'm not making a post. Like I just want to think on my next moves. Had to think on like the energy is gonna take to do
Hmm.
these next moves. I had to think on like what tools I'm gonna use, like what's gonna make my life the easiest, especially with all this AI stuff. Yo, the time is now, people. Time
Hmm.
is now, man. I think this AI stuff came out just for me. It came out just in time. But anyway, it's supposed to make life easier. So I was thinking about what kind of tools I'm gonna use, and it's like this morning I woke up like inspired, bro. I just started doing my market research in the direction of how I'm gonna start like advertising on my social media, and I'm gonna start making my social media advertisement my focus now. I'm moving on from my digital storefront to like now marketing to see if I could get people to get into my digital storefront.
Hmm.
But check it, yo.
Okay.
You guys check out JT Fox. If anybody hears what he's saying and think it's interesting, yo, come back on the show, man. Let's bounce some ideas off each other. Let's gain some perspective, man.
Oh
Tell me
yeah.
what you think, man. Because I mean, I'm liking the energy. I'm liking the idea. It's just like a little Shark Tank. That's what is going on, and they're just looking for some people who believe in themselves.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
believers, the time is now, man.
I
You
like
guys
that.
got great ideas. You guys got something y'all passionate about. Like, yo, put the numbers in. Show them the numbers. Show them the possibilities. You never know what the possibilities would be.
Yeah. Kind of goes back to what we were talking about, Frank, with couple of weeks now with Napoleon Hill And then another episode we did about like consistency and stuff, man. You remain consistent, and you start to believe in yourself, and you start to, kind of stay on a path that you feel good about. You'll start to see, like you were saying, in your own reflection, you can kind of see all the work and all the effort it needs. You're able to kind of gauge what it takes to achieve that. And particularly in that Napoleon Hill thing, the little docu-series, he talked about, the mind not being able to be unlocked until it's ready. And well, I mean, no one really knows unless you're that person. You know what I'm saying? No one really
Yeah.
actually knows when it can be unlocked for someone else. You just got to feel it within, man. And you feel that fire. You feel that something just lines up inside, and suddenly you have a whole new gear. You have that drive, that shift to want something more.
Yeah.
And so, hey, shit, listening into this thing with JT, it might be the thing that you need to get you kind of going. You know what I'm saying? Like
Maybe, man. If not, he's giving me the information and like some direction of where he think I could focus on next. You know what I mean? And yo, it's just his opinion. But this guy works with he tells us that he works with all types of people from all types of background. He gave me some tips on what he knows somebody else is doing, and kind of like in the field of mines. It was a real quick conversation, man. He ain't say much to me, man, but like it was, I don't know, it's kind of a dope experience, man. I think I'm definitely gonna go in and sit in some more. He also gives an opportunity for you to just kind of sit in on, if you're like part of his program or whatever, then it's free too. He gives an opportunity for you to just like sit in on some of these calls when they're talking to investors. Like when he got some of his millionaire and billionaire friends talking to these investors, like just to kind of get the lingo, see what they're talking about, see what they're asking for. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So there's people out there, you ain't gotta wait to get investments from the bank. If you can show these guys something, they want to invest in you. It's a smart investment. If you can find the right person, a passionate person, they want to strive. You know what I mean? They want to go beyond with their business. Like if you're basically, if I can get successful and I'm making money, they making money. It only makes sense, right?
That's it. If it makes sense,
I
it
remember
makes
you were
dollars,
saying,
right?
yeah, you were saying earlier, Hector, man. You were saying something about the rich investing, right?
Investments, man. Yeah, that's where a lot of the money is, because you got to consider an individual ready to invest is someone that sees potential. And potential is, not something everybody gets, man. That's not something that's often thrown up on the scale when it comes to like, yeah, that's what we're chasing. There's a plan. There's this whole logistic plan placed down, and someone that's making money is typically a little bit more keen at seeing that pattern, seeing that trend happen. And so if an
Yeah,
investor comes along, man, I mean, it's just, there's something to be had there, kind of thing. For anybody that like watches Shark Tank or whatnot, you can see that shit every now and then. The
yeah.
kinds of things that go into it. As far as and here's a funny thing. The Spanish word for business is negocio, so like negotiation almost.
Negotiation, yeah.
So like it's pretty crazy. So just randomly it just popped in my head, but so you gotta be willing to
You know what? They,
negotiate.
they
And
say every language is more simple than the English language. The English language got
right,
extra words and stuff like that.
very complicated
You
for
know
real.
what I
It's one of the
mean?
toughest languages ever. Shit, to be honest, but no, it's true. That simplification. So yeah, again, negotiation. Kind of what that word in the English language you would think back when you hear it. And negotiation is just kind of understanding what you're getting into, and the give, take, the supply, demand, all that goodness. And so yeah, that just kind of finding these videos or these different seminars or these different TED talks or whatever the heck, whatever these little things that you're listening to out there that are working for you and for your business, be it on a podcast, us, yours truly, or being out there on YouTube, hey, we're there too, by the way, y'all. But wherever you find
Big facts.
whatever you find is that's working for you, it might be a message in there that if you're really listening, again, it turns that key, it unlocks your mind, and that puts you into that moment or that time, that mind space that you actually need to carry yourself forward. So never shy away from that kind of stuff is basically what I'm just saying. Always be willing to listen to it and just see what you can take from it, man. Because there's, again, like I said last week or so, maybe a couple episodes now, there's a whole lot of shit to be said in anything, man. So again, going back to the bones in the meat, you got to just kind of take it and run with it, and then whatever works, apply it. Yeah, man, it's just no harm in trying. You know what I'm saying? You got to try. You got to try if
Yeah.
you're trying to get up out of the comfort zone, right?
Yeah, man. Yo, you know what? One more thing, man. I want to say I admire. This is a good time to be anybody who's like analytical and know how to put like they know how to put processes together. Like if this is your time. Like this is where I'm struggling right now. It's like building the process and the habits needed to check the emails every day, and I'm really like a free spirit. Like I don't like routine. The only thing I'm on time for is my customers when they hit me up. Like when I put them on my schedule, but in bed. I like going to bed on time. But other than that, like I don't work out at the same time every day. Like it's very hard to get me like, stuck to any one thing. So like, learning new habits and building routines is not really a strong suit of mine, but it's something I've been pushing myself hard for months, Hector.
Mm.
Yo, I'll tell you guys, I'm the self-scientist, man. If you guys know, they got this thing called Shortcut on the phone, and you could just like set up automatic text messages to yourself, right? So when I'm having like a thought that can be like a decision making move, like life changing thought, like that when I call that being my best self. And I put notes in here to text myself every morning to remind myself, like, hey Frank, you need to be working on the business today. What have you done new? It's just like little messages like that. But I've become so prone to like just ignoring the sounds on my phone, bro. Like that jump started like kind of like I'll have to stop paying attention to it.
Mm.
So it's like again, I'm a self scientist. I was trying to force some routines on me, and I started ignoring that too. I'm terrible. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, that's not something easy, man. I coming from an individual where I do thrive on routine. I like getting out of bed around the same damn time. I like getting in the shower around the same damn time. I like making sure the toothbrush is in my mouth at the same damn time, kind of thing. I'm real anal about that shit, bro. Because I feel like if my morning starts off with the consistency from the day before, I
Yeah,
align myself to have that kind of same success, that same
that's why I need to
fluid
build up, bro.
motion going forward. And I prepare my mind like that because mentally at home, I have a little more control of that. And I'm not to say I'm a control freak, but I do like things kind of being structured more. So like if I can achieve that in my morning, I set myself up for the rest of my afternoon to be okay, regardless, because I can't control the rest of the day. So if work is chaotic and busy or something goes wrong between coming home or getting out of the house to going to work, something goes wrong at work, something goes wrong with me going from work to home, etc. That there's just too many variables for me to control. So I can give myself that same hour every morning for the consistency I need to fill the
Yeah.
morning, that way I need it. And that helps me just kind of focus up, settle my mind, be ready for the day, get kind of
Yo,
oriented
and
in the sense that's, what's
you
coming this
you, you know what's crazy, bro? Now, like hearing you put it in perspective like that, right? It makes me think. Like it helps you. It takes out the thinking. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? Like if you're not somebody who prepares their clothes for the next day, at night. So I know some people that like they'll take out their clothes and prepare for the next day. In the morning, they don't have to think about it. Their clothes is
Mm-hmm.
already out. You just got to put it on. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's like if you could pick up a routine or a pattern or a habit, like there's a lot less thinking. Like you just know what to do. Boom, boom, boom. Get these out the way,
Mm-hmm.
and on to the more important things. Like these are focus hours for the more important things. Like you know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
that's what I want to build myself up to, man. I've been working on it. I'm still working on it, man.
That's good, man. No, that's what it requires, though, is work, that consistency. Because I didn't have my plan of attack laid out, the moment I put it in the effort. No, I had to figure it out, kind of, what kind of time can I allocate to this or, to that? Where is my free time? How much do I have? And then that's how I was able to kind of just pinpoint, okay, if I'm doing this by this hour, I'm good. If I'm running a couple minutes late, I can expect, the turnaround to be here kind of like it's just yeah, it's clockwork, man. I like my brain just works like that, bro. It's like this big gear, bro, and it's just constantly going, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And I like it. I
Yo, heck,
fancy
man,
it.
that's probably why we and you work well so good together. We work so well together, bro. It's like you the left brain, I'm the right brain, bro.
Hey, and that's it, man. I'm okay with that too, because like I've, being in school, man, I was able to kind of really fulfill a lot of the obligations I owe to the right brain and that creativity, and that's why I got into it. And then I started mixing some more of my analytical side with that. So I feel like as I move, I'm able to shift, what needs to be out in front for that particular situation. And so like it
Yo, I know how
just
to do that.
helps.
I know how to do that to some aspect too, bro. I'm starting to
Mhm.
feel like though I must. I'm starting to feel like I've been reading this book about psychology, bro, and they talk
Mhm.
about the left brain and the right brain, and that just kind of helps me to think like, yo, okay, now like how do I make decisions? Like, what are my answers to questions? Like, what
Mhm.
direction do I usually go in? Is it usually one of emotion, or is it
Mhm.
or is it usually based off of how I feel, or is it like do I go straight to logic? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And I have the ability to do both, but like if you're asking me if like when it comes to most things and like I don't know, like some type of freedom is involved. Oh, I'm going with freedom all day. That's the right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like I want time freedom, I want space freedom, I want financial freedom. Like
Oh
and
yeah.
and and I feel like because of that, like I do make decisions off of feelings like, yo, this is how I want
Mm.
to feel. Like, you know what I mean? Like the 9 to 5 thing ain't for me because it doesn't feel free to me. Like being an
Mhm.
entrepreneur, that feels free to me. That's why I'm here. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
that's a good point. That's a good way to really think about it, because with the 9 to 5, um, this is probably just the millennial in me, but like the 9 to 5, it isn't just 9 to 5. Just because I clock in at 9 o'clock and I clock out at 5 doesn't mean that that's no, because I got to prepare myself in the morning mentally. I got to prepare myself physically to get to this location, and then I've got to prepare all the things I have to do in order to survive after I'm out of there, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I can't do it while I'm on the clock. It's not right to the owner. So I'm giving more. Most of us here in America, and I'm not quite sure how the rest of the world operates with their daily 9 to 5s, but at least here in America, man, that time, those minutes matter. You know what I'm saying? So we're
yeah,
yeah, the paycheck says 9 to 5, but in reality, man, what it takes, what it consumes of us is probably more closer to 10 hours per day
yeah,
just for that work aspect. So yeah, we do lose that freedom you're talking about, bro. Because
yeah.
as an
Some people
entrepreneur,
don't feel like they don't. Some people don't ever feel like they leave work at work, man.
yeah, man, for real, it's hard to do that. I was talking about that too, bro. Kind of hanging it up at the door. That's a practice that I put at the top of the list, man. That is part of my hierarchy, bro. I
Yeah,
have to be able to try to check it, because if I take them with me, oh, forget it, bro. And it's hard. I wear my heart on my sleeve. So yeah, lots of times I might take home to work with me, and I'm trying to really focus through my day and get it going. And there's only been a couple of situations in which I was just like, this is too much. I can't. I gotta go. I can't do it.
yeah, yeah,
And fortunately, I work in a place that has that flexibility, man. So I got real lucky, and I was blessed there. But taking it home is, that's not fair to my family. I'm supposed to check out at work and leave work there and bring me back home, not anything else. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what my family expects from me. So that shit's
yeah.
hard. So as an entrepreneur, bro, I respect that too, because not only yourself, I have another friend who, um, you know what? It just gave me an idea. Maybe one day I'll get her to come up on here. But a friend of mine, she's on YouTube.
Let's go,
Uh,
man. I mean, get some more perspective up in
yeah,
here, man.
that'd be real cool, man. So I might run the idea past her. But she's an entrepreneur herself. She's kind of doing her own thing. And she made it very clear that she never stops working, but the best part about that is she's working for herself. So it's at her time, at her pace, kind of thing. And it's the same thing with you, bro. You have
Yeah,
that freedom to do for you, and that's the goal, is to do it for you. um you know that's just what the American dream is, right?
yeah,
We
yeah.
all
Yo,
want that,
again,
man.
again, I feel like that really relates to my right side though too, bro.
Hmm.
It's just, I free. I want the freedom, bro. I'll be broken free.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take,
I
I'll
feel
take
you.
broken free for $0.
I feel that, bro,
But
for real.
you know what? Speaking of which, man, I can relate to like some of the postal people out there. So shout out the delivery people around holiday season, man. Talk about
Mm.
not leaving work at work, right? Yo, I know them delivery drivers during the holiday season, and they turn the time back or is it front forward? They turn it back, right?
Yeah, yeah, fall
Yep.
back. Yeah,
Yeah. So when I was out there doing mail delivery, bro, and mind you, during the holiday season they give you more hours, so we was getting off like 6, 7 o'clock. By the time we was getting off, it was dark outside. Hey, and then in the
Yeah, your day
holiday
is
season,
done.
yeah, and then in the holiday season, bro, we had to come in like an hour or two early as well.
Mm.
So Hector, I was going home, bro. I was going home. It was dark, right? I will wake up in the morning. It's still
It's
dark, and I'm
still
on my way
dark,
back to
bro.
work. I'm like, yeah, what's going on, yo? Am I in the Twilight
Oh man, that's
Zone? Bro, that just
bro.
used to feel like deja vu all the time. Like,
Oh
yo,
man.
oh my God, did I go to sleep? I don't. Where am I? Where am I?
I feel you on that, dude. That's tough, man. That's
Now I be
crazy.
out delivering mail, man. I feel
Yeah,
for it, man. All the delivery people, man, especially around the holidays,
that's
man.
why it's funny. You know, using I'm gonna use the term delivery a little loose here, and it might actually jump us right into one of our topics. But I used to deliver people, if you will. I used to work for Lyft and Uber. I mean, I used to do that ride sharing thing for a couple of years, man. And yo, there were lots of times where I'd go out at 9 p.m. and I'd watch the sun come up because I'd be still driving. You know what I'm saying? And that's a whole shift, bro. That's a whole like not only like a shift physically clock in, clock out, but like a mind shift because I'm out when the nights, and I'm watching the sun come up. So it's very different, man. And my
Yeah,
mind is
yeah.
just constantly like, oh my gosh, what is happening? I go to sleep when the lights up. I wake up when the lights up. And I'm like,
Yo, that jump feel
it,
crazy, bro.
it's wild, bro.
That
It's
jump feel
wild.
crazy, man.
It's a transition for sure, man, and it's hard, man. So like anybody that's delivery or just round the clock. Hey, big respect. That shit's crazy. That's tough, man. It's tough to
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
that up. It's hard to be consistent in that too because it is so chaotic. So if you got time to find you while you're doing that, man, that's pretty fucking cool. So give yourself a
Yeah.
shout out if you are. Shit, for
Word.
real.
Word. Believers, man, it's time to move, man.
That's it. That's it.
Hey, before we get too deep, I wanna move on to Hector. Ask him how his week was, but last week, guys, man, we forgot to mention some things, man.
Oh man.
We a week late, so let's get these out of the way before we start going too far left.
Yep, yep,
To have to come back right later. You know what I mean? Let's get all the
yep.
right first, and
Right. Yep. And then we'll go left. Shit, we got y'all.
then we'll go left.
Nah, my week, really, my week has been chill. It's been pretty good. It's been fun, man. I've just been able to kind of, like you, Frank, I've been able to reflect, refocus, and put those things important to me back up at the top of the list. My family, my love, my lady, and myself too, man. So I've been kind of playing with ideas, which you see this space back here, y'all. Be on the lookout in the next couple of weeks, so you'll see some shit up there, and I'm looking forward to what's coming up there. So
Yeah, yeah.
I
Gotta
won't
get some
go into
banners or something, man.
something very similar. Yep, yep. So that's putting our artistic ability to work, man. Kind of using the resources available, but more so a lot of this, just kind of taking this and starting to put it down on paper. Frankie has mentioned to you guys a couple of times an idea about like journaling, daily journaling, using the videos, kind of using my journaling process in more of like a canvas, what's going on. And you guys will see it, Frankie and I will be able to go ahead and implement those things. And so, just kind of look out for that because I'm excited about it. I didn't even tell y'all, but it's coming. Just look for it, and we'll explain in
Yeah,
detail what's happening there. But yeah, my week's been chill, bro. It's been good. It's been productive, and it was pretty fast. The 4th of July holiday. That was nice, man. Shit, just had some time with some family and just
yeah,
that connection, man. Just resetting those connections. It feels good to do that shit.
yeah, yeah. The
So
Fourth of July was dope for me too, man. I don't know if anybody get a chance, I could go on my social media feed. That's at Frankie Francis or at Frankie L Francis, one or the other. And I
you'll
got the
get it right.
fireworks, man. It was my first time like sitting so close to the fireworks. The experience
Oh
was
man,
so different,
dude,
so
dude.
different.
Yeah, because y'all, like,
Yep.
growing up, Frank, when we was young, man, our parents didn't want to get anywhere near it because all they was thinking about was traffic. We got to get the hell out of there before it's crazy, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yo, when we're in there, you could feel them explosions in your chest, dude.
yeah,
Yo,
man.
yeah. Yo, you were right there, bro. I saw the video, Frank. You was
Yeah, I was real
right
close to it,
there.
bro. That shit was dope,
That's
man.
sick.
That
That
shit
shit
did
is
something to my
sick.
eyes, man.
It's cool, man. That
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, I like being real close to it too, bro.
Yeah. Yo, so heck,
Yeah.
the logo,
Logo.
the logo, man.
We told you all that we'll see. Well, C one. Option C, y'all. Option C uh, is the one that just kind of blew everything else out of the water. For whatever reason, that was the one that spoke most. And that's not to say the others didn't speak at all. They certainly did have a voice. Option A and option B.
Oh yeah, man. I liked all
Were
three, so
Yeah, me
I'm
too,
glad you guys
man.
picked.
Yeah, all the options. They had their input, their critique, their constructive criticisms. But yeah, C is the one that just felt like it was just talking to more people. So here in the next week or two, you guys are going to probably notice everything get updated, and we're going to have some pictures. We might have the logo posted up somewhere on the screen. I don't know, maybe down here. I don't know, over here. We'll figure it out, y'all. it'll be
Word.
somewhere. You'll see some watermarks. You'll see some Instagram, Facebook, YouTube pages all uploaded.
Yeah, we're
And
gonna
then
officially have a logo for our social media and YouTube
yes,
and everything else.
finally,
Spotify.
finally. Yep. So very sorry it took so long, but it happened. And
Yeah.
we're grateful again, just super, very, super thankful for all of you for giving us a variety of input. People that text messaged, people that emailed, people that sent a phone call. All that shit was cool, man. Just to see these different opinions come in and really tell me, because I didn't just get, hey, here's A, I like A. No, a lot of people told me why they like A, why they liked B, why they like C, and that was cool to see that, because it kind of helped reaffirm me, because again, I'm the one that created the logo. So when I'm creating them, I'm thinking, oh man, I want some connectivity, I want some inclusivity, I want some nostalgia, I want a little this, a little that. And so seeing people like tell me why they liked it was just really fucking cool to get
Yeah.
to kind of peek into y'all mind. That's what we're here for, right? A piece of your mind. And so
Piece of your
all of
mind.
all of you who gave it to us, man, real for real, thank you. But option C, man, that's our champion. So yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, Hector. Now I know. Let's get back into your week, man.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, dude, let's talk about the Uber drive now again. You was telling me
Yeah.
you was talking about that, right?
I was. Right. So because we were talking about like the delivery, and again you mentioned the delivering people, and it's so what we wanted to kind of talk on was how in a way how that was therapeutic for me as the driver, but then I noticed how many people opened up, Frank, like being a driver, like a cab driver, like you there were shows and all sorts of different things back in the day, different confession shows or whatever the hell, and just people talking to their cab driver and just telling them like secrets or dreams,
Yeah, but
or
you know what though? They also have to. It have to be something about your energy though, because like
yeah, right,
nobody
yep.
just come out there just anybody, bro. So
No, for real. That never happens. Because people do pick up on that energy. So, they come in and they feel welcomed right away, and they feel like, oh, okay, this feels okay. This feels safe. It feels comfortable. Because when you think about it, like you go into a therapist's office, right? It's very organized, it's neat. There's not a whole lot of shit for you to like think on and analyze, because all of it is just so calm. And that's the whole point, that to instill this calmness in you for you to feel like you can open up, because you're not going to open up if it feels dangerous. You know what I'm saying? If you're on edge, you're like ready to jump out the fucking car, you're not going to talk about it, man. You're going to be too focused on the task. Hey, getting the hell out of there.
yeah,
So yeah, man, it was definitely like, kind of people would, pass the threshold, they get in the car, man, and immediately the vibe check hits. Is this guy or gal cool? And that's what was going through my mind, and I can really tell by like saying, hey, what's going on?
yeah,
Or
when I came from this trip in Florida, not too long ago, man, it's really dope when you get to meet like just people with just good energy, just like you get in their vehicle and they got this smile on their face and they just like,
yeah,
yo, I was in Florida, heck, and I could just say to these dudes like, yo, matter of fact, I found the best taco spot in Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay.
because the one of the Uber drivers, bro. He was telling me like, yeah, your hotel real close to it. One night stand taco, bro. Me and my lady was
Hey.
there 4 times in 7 days, bro.
Holy
it,
shit, bro. Hell yeah.
was good, man. Yo, so
That's what's up.
I feel what you're saying, man. The
Yeah,
movie,
bro. That mood, man, that mood set. Cause then, yo, not only is the driver more willing to engage and kind of just tell you, hey, this is what's up. This is my city. Let me show you around kind of thing. But then the person sitting in the car, it's like, they get to have that vibe. Here's some of that, that hospitality, or like ludicrous, that Southern hospitality kind of shit,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
but if you're like a native and you're just going from one place to another because you're trying to hit some bars or whatnot, you're trying to hit the club, or you got a gaming event you're going to, a sporting event or whatnot. So you're just more local, but nonetheless, that vibe check, that mentality, that mood is still very necessary. And in the 2 years that I was doing Lyft and Uber, man, it was I got crazy stories, crazy shit that happened in my car, to me. Just and a lot of it, most of it was fun, and stuff I'd maybe share one day on here. I don't know. And then there were some real eye-opening experiences, man, and things that I had to kind of like sit back and wonder, holy shit, like, yeah, this really is the world we live in. I had a racist couple in my car, man. That was uncomfortable.
man.
So uncomfortable, man. I won't go into the details, but I've never felt more scared, because like just the people behind me kind of shit, like their mentality, and I pick these people up and I'm delivering them to where they're going kind of thing, and then it's just like, oh my gosh, like that still
Man.
exists,
The
that's
mindset of some people, man.
it's scary, bro. It's real scary, but you can pick that stuff up right away, if you're listening, you're paying
Yeah,
attention.
yeah.
um
They just ain't there yet, bro. They just ain't there
yeah,
yet. They
and
ain't
maybe
being their
maybe
highest
they'll come
self. That's
along.
all.
I'm hoping, man. I hope for everybody. Everybody comes along and gets off that horse, man. Because that horse is, dude. The higher that horse, man, the likelier the fall to kill you.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. Just be mindful of that. But yeah, no. So kind of bringing it, going from left a little back to where we were at. That therapeutic approach, man. I realized that this is cool, man. Because like a lot of people are so afraid of like going into a therapist's office, kind of shit. Like people don't, oh, that's not for me, man. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna. But then you find yourself in a Lyft or a Uber, and you got a 30-minute ride, and you're spilling everything, bro. You're telling all your secrets, all your life
Confession
stories,
booth, man.
right? Like it is really a confession. Yo, that is a travel confession booth for real. Like, yo, $1 million idea. Somebody
Yeah, yo,
out
that
there
sounds
pick
like a
that
million
up,
dollar
man.
idea. Word, heck, bro.
Hey, yo.
Somebody need to figure out the numbers for that. Take that to these investors I'm telling y'all about, man.
Yeah,
You know what I
for
mean?
real.
Take that numbers. Like if you study a little bit of psychology and you good at talking to people, yo,
Yep,
hey
yep,
man, I do Uber and Lyft drives for high ticket clients. You know what I mean? It's a moment for you to either take a quiet drive, a real
yep.
peaceful drive to where you going, or you can talk to me.
And
I'm good with these
yo,
things. You know what I'm saying?
here's something I would recommend too. Like, let's say you're an entrepreneur, right? And you're getting ready to go meet up with the client, and so, or you're getting ready to go give a speech, or you're going for a job interview. I would highly recommend take a Uber or a Lyft to your location and talk to that person, because when you go in and you're giving this speech, or you're doing that interview, or
Practice
whatever it
before
is.
practice, practice before the real thing.
Exactly, because you're getting to talk to a stranger, right? And that's where a lot of the anxiety comes from, is you're about to talk to a stranger. You don't know this person. So you want to make a good first impression. So then why not make that first impression on the impression before you get to where you're going, right? Why not? Like,
Hey,
makes sense to me, at
hey man,
least.
I'm an Uber driver and I listen to speeches before you guys go have them, man.
Yeah.
I'll give you my honest review.
Yep. For there it is.
Hey, what's
There
up,
it is.
man?
There it is. But listen, like,
Yo,
yeah, it's the functionality in the mind, understanding that, okay, this is a place for me to practice up. Let me see what's happening. Let me let it out. Let me refine myself. I've practiced it 100 times in the mirror, but now I'm getting to practice it with someone I don't know. And yo, a lot of times that person will just tell you straight up what it is because, hey, that's kind of what that situation details is that
Yeah,
very
imagine
on the
you just
spot.
like driving and you get to just have the best conversations in the world, yo, and that's
Oh
life.
man,
That don't
yeah,
sound so bad, man. That don't sound so
right.
bad. Making good money, just talking to people
Just talking, just
about your
talking. That's
problems. What's your problem?
that's why
Okay.
I did it for 2 years, bro. Because I was
What's your
able to get
problem? Oh, what? That's crazy.
that. You can take in as much as you want, and then you can dismiss it right when they walk out the door. You don't got to carry it with you. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't feel like it's an office space. Like,
and that's the beauty of it, right? It's like you
yep,
might not even see these people again. Like unless
maybe
y'all build
not.
like a whole thing. Like I really like this guy, man. I like talking to you. Heck, I'm gonna call you every time. All
Yeah,
right.
right, right. Yo, I've had maybe maybe two or three different times where I've had the same person in my car, and they'll get in, and I see them, and they see me, and it's like we just kind of give the giggle, and
Yeah.
it's like it's good to see you again. How you doing? And then we just kind of get going. We just we have already broken that ice, so
Yeah.
now I
Yeah.
can talk to this person, and it feels pretty cool to know that okay, where we're at, we're not slipping on ice no more. We're walking on solid ground, and we're chill.
Yeah.
And when this person goes, they're gonna live life, and I'm gonna do my thing. But we'll both feel a little bit better because we know that the first time we engaged was great, and then now it's the same thing. It still feels fucking excellent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, just kind of going back what you were saying, bro, about just delivering it. It's a mindset. It's a mindset and a shift. Knowing kind of what you need, what you don't need out of the situation, and then being in the Uber or the Lyft, that kind of helped me refocus a lot of my own kind of consistency and my own kind of confidence and my ability to speak to people. Because when I was in school, bro, um, like I kind of did want to also do psychology, and in order to do psychology, you had to have about a lot of prerequisite communication courses. So you had to talk about stuff, and it didn't matter what the hell it was, but you had to talk about something. You had to learn how to talk about it. You had to create that mood and let people kind of find you engaging, find you interesting enough to be willing to have conversation, willing to give you their ears kind of thing. And that's something that this podcast is actually giving us too, is that ability to
Yeah.
kind of do that. And I know that that's working for Frank Tooley, man. Because like I said, I've been able to kind of see all the shit behind the scenes, and I know how it's working. I know what's working. I know how you're able to kind of refine and what kinds of things you press on to make the more important bits of success.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah,
And so,
man. You know what, man? It's all tying in together, man. We took this we started taking this ride, and it involved some processes. You know what I mean? Just being able to like chop up the content and get it out and put it out. And it's now those things are now picked up with Piece of Your Mind. Now I can take it back to Frank Tooley and kind of implement the same thing. So it's all tying in together, man.
no,
It's
that's
all
that's
tying
how
in
it's
together.
supposed to be. Like, Frank, when you opened up my mind to practicing with intent, like, there were certain things in my life that I always made sure I was being intentional on, but like it wasn't everything. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know I was allowed to do that kind of shit. Like, but I
Yeah.
am. I can do that, and if I do that, it's just like, whoa, everything
You
feels a
know how
little bit
powerful you
better.
are, bro. Everything you doing is with
Yes.
intention, bro. I mean,
Yep.
yo, like you said, you got a whole process in the morning, bro, and it keeps you like this,
Mm-hmm.
bro. Yo, when you're on a diet, right? Like I like being random, but when you're like working to get towards a fitness goal, right? It's better just to have meal prepped out for you. Because if you wait until your stomach start growling, oh, your stomach growling for all the wrong things. Trust me, you know what I mean. I know. I gotta fight this stuff sometimes. Like, yeah, I want all the bad food. I want the greasiest steak and cheese sandwich you guys got. Like, you know what I mean. Like that's what it is. But if I was following the meal plan and everything was already set, and I was even eating before I even had a chance to get hungry, I'm not even
Mm-hmm.
thinking about food.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Now, for real.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? That curbs the whole me curving the appetite. Like it's already done. I just get to flow on through my day.
Yep. And think about it, bro. How often do we eat? You know what I'm saying? Like me, probably not the healthiest, but I get in a good 2 meals a day, if I'm lucky.
Yeah.
And I try to have like a good decent balanced nutrition. I'm not the greatest with it, but I try every now and then for
Eighty
sure.
percent, man. If you get to 80%, you're doing great, bro.
Right,
Eighty
but
percent is the goal, man.
the thing is like how much mental energy do we put into that? You know what I'm saying? What's next? What are we gonna eat? What are you in the mood for? Do you want something heavier? Do you want something lighter? Like you looking for a particular kind of cuisine style, like an ethnicity, you want Mexican, you want there's all sorts of shit, man, when you start thinking about it. And when you're hungry, it's worse. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? The
man.
hungrier you are,
Give
the
me all the
worse
bad
that
stuff. I
feels.
want the Mexican with the
Yeah,
McDonald's and the
yeah, bro.
Jamaican food, okay?
And a scoop
Mix
of
it all
ice cream
together.
when it's all done, kind of
Yeah.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not disrespecting the ice cream game. Yeah, I love
Bowl
me
of
some ice
cereal and some
cream.
Chinese food.
Hey, bro, it's crazy the combos, man. But yeah, for real, like all the mental energy that goes into it. If you kind of did do a little preparation, you take that huge aspect out of it, man, and it doesn't feel like this thing you have to worry about. It's just, I know what I'm eating, done, and you
That's
do
dope.
it.
I need to fix myself up, man, because I know I'll be so much more efficient, bro. I
Yo,
really
that's
gotta get that part
exactly
together,
what it
man.
is, man. It's the efficiency.
Yeah.
I gotta look it up. I'm probably gonna make myself a little note right now, actually, just to do so I know it. So the next time I say it, but I've heard a quote and it talks about efficiency, and it pretty much just mentioned, if you can choose to be any one thing in this life, be efficient. I love that. I love that. I love the idea of
If
that.
you could choose to be any one thing in his life, be a what?
Be efficient.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. You
because
know
it's
that do
like
sound good, man.
think about how much that actually applies to everything. Being an efficient parent, being an efficient worker, being an efficient boss, being an efficient entrepreneur, being an efficient lover. Like all these things, they require a great deal of concentration. You know what I'm saying? They require a great deal of you, and they challenge your core values every fucking day, man. So when you're efficient, you know that when you're approaching one of these things, be it love, be it work, you can approach them in a manner that's going to benefit you and the person that sits on the other end of that table there. Why not? Why not be efficient? Because that includes everybody around you. That efficiency is not selfish. That efficiency is to make
Yeah,
it for everything to go right, for everything to go better, kind of thing. And that's a very inclusive thing. Is I love you. I'm in love with efficiency, bro. That's
yeah.
something that gets me going for real, for
Yeah,
real.
it almost sounds like intentionality and efficiency goes hand in hand. It can anyway.
I would say it does, bro. I would agree with
Yeah,
that. Hell yeah, I would say
yeah,
so. So I'm Frank. As far as being efficient, my man, I like also being consistent. I
yes,
like
sir.
I like being a man to hold my word. Hold me accountable. And so for a couple of weeks now, these people have not gotten to hear some spoken word, and I know we talked about it, bro.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah,
I'm
I said I'll
calling
have
you
one
out.
ready, man.
I'm calling you out, bro. I feel like it's time, man. What you think?
Yeah, yeah. So you know what, guys? Over the past couple weeks, I know I made it a focus to talk about affirmations. That's one of the things
Mm-hmm.
I've been following up on. That's one of the things I would say I've been studying the couple of weeks and actually taking on as a practice. Self scientist, right? So I've listened to a lot of this guy, You Are Creators, at You Are Creators on Instagram, and this lady Louise Hay, I think her name was Louise Hay, and many other people. And one of the things they kept saying with affirmations, especially if you're trying to manifest something, anything, is you got to speak it as if it already exists. Speak it as if it already exists, and I kind of like that. So I went right into like thinking about my own spoken word on it. You know what I mean? Coming up with my own affirmation for it, putting a little Frankie twist on it. So as if speak it as if it already exists. Every day I wake up, I'm in bliss, growing on my own awareness to recognize my big and my small accomplishments. As if it already exists, I know no aches nor pain. As if it already exists, but hold up. Let me pull out my gratefulness list. Because even when Paul is in the air, my sinuses are clear. I'm financially free. I got my money making money for me. That's right. Money flows into my life easily and frequently. I don't cook, but food is always cooked. And it's nutritious and delicious. At least 80% of the time, if I'm being real. But that's fine because I'm still divine. So excuse me if I give myself some grace up in this place. As if it already exists. Today was a good day, just like yesterday, and I expect the same for tomorrow. As if it already exists. Man, let me just go ahead and affirm this. No matter the weather, rain, snow, whatever, every day in every way, my life is getting better and better. As if it already exists, man, I have no worries. That's it.
Yo, that's dope, bro. That's dope, man. I love that stuff, Frank. Because, dude, just hearing that, man, like, when we read stories, we hear affirmations, we see inspirational quotes, whatever. We often look for shit that we want to associate with our lives. You know what I'm saying? Like we look for the things that make sense to us, bro. And that whole piece, bro, heard you loud and clear, Frank.
Hey man, listen,
Loud and
all right.
clear, bro.
Trying to speak it in my truth, bro. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Oh yeah.
We don't all have the same desires. Not all of us, not all of us want. We want to live comfortably, but we don't want. Not all of us want to be the most famous person in the world. We don't want to be known by everybody. Like, we got different goals. We got different like. Somebody think buying a castle would be like the biggest dream in the world. We got others who think like, being able to travel the world and not have to worry about bills is the biggest thing in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? So my one of mine is definitely like, just disappearing and like knowing everything is straight. No worries,
Mm-hmm.
like for real. No worries,
For
bro.
real.
I want no worries, bro. I don't want to, people go on vacation knowing they got bills to come back to and be all stressed out and then, come back stressed out. Can we come back without the stress? If we
Right.
come back?
Need a little bit of that Hakuna Matata, bro. Let me get
For
some of
real,
that. Shit.
man.
For real. Yeah, no, I feel you, bro. Because I would love, the opportunity one day, yeah, to just do what I need to do, man, and no worries about nothing. Bills, people, certain
Yeah.
situation, nothing. I don't want to worry. I want to.
You know what, Hector? I realized on that last trip to Florida, actually, too. I realized, like, that's an important thing to me. Like, it ain't just about like coming back to bills. Like, for me, in order for me to leave and just like say if I wanted to leave for months, a few months, in order for me to just leave and not have a worry, like I gotta make sure my kids are they're as independent as they can be. I know they're good even if I'm not here. Like, you know what I mean? They're running. Maybe they ain't get to where they want to be yet, but they're running in the right direction, man.
Mm-hmm.
Last thing you want to
Hey,
know do is be running towards something, and then you make it pretty far in that, but you went the wrong way. You know
yo,
what I'm
man,
saying?
it's all that work coming back.
For
Oof.
real.
Yeah, no, 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 thank you. I feel you on that, bro. I want that too, and I feel like that's a good thing, and a very agreeable thing to achieve or hope to achieve, man. Because we're often talking about on this podcast. I know we talk about our children a lot. We talk about the generations coming, and just kind of a lot of
Yeah,
hopefulness for a
the
better world.
believers.
Yeah, yo, the
Hey,
believers. We are
just
believers. We're that group, Frank.
yeah, word, man. I believe there's a lot of believers who used to watch the Rugrats. Okay, that's who I'm
Oh,
talking to, man. Reptar, all right.
Reptar, bro. Listen,
A little
what
Ren
was
and Stimpy, okay.
Oof, wow, bro. Nickelodeon used to go hard. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah, man.
remember growing up with Hey Arnold and some Doug. You remember
Doug
Doug,
Funny,
bro?
yeah, man, yeah. They used to have all the cartoons. They used to have
Oh
the commercials too,
man.
bro.
Hmm. Yeah, I used to be on that shit heavy, bro. I used to love watching anything Nickelodeon, man. That just and even still nowadays, I love the references to them. That nostalgia, man. Because like I feel like our particular group, at least, and this is just my opinion. Everybody's entitled to their own for real. but I feel like our particular group had to grow up pretty quick. And so Nickelodeon, man, was beautiful for us back in the day because that still kind of enriched our childhood, man. And then Toonami and Cartoon Network, bro, and
Yeah,
Adult
yeah,
Swim,
yeah.
man, they gave us childhood, man. Those things really kind of fed our creative side, and then allowed us to not only think logically but feel with our heart, man. So that all the believers out there, man, y'all know who we're talking to when we say Reptar and Tommy Pickles and
For
all
real.
that. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know
You
who
know
we
who you
talking to,
are.
man. It's
Yeah,
our
man.
time, man. We the middle children, man.
Hmm.
Again, we understand the youth. We understand the elders, yo. We the ones in the they have a hard time understanding each other, but we're the ones in the middle. We understand both. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's our time, man. Let's start making some connections, man. Y'all to start chasing our dreams and making them happen, man. They got people out there
Oh
willing to
yeah.
invest in us.
Right, right.
So let's
And you
do it.
won't know. You won't know unless
Never
you
know. You
you get
never know
out there
unless
and
you
just
try.
try. You gotta
Hey,
try.
gotta try.
That's what's
Yo,
up. But that's cool, man.
hey, heck, was before we continue, man, because I do want to I do have something else I want to share. But before we continue, was there anything else we're missing?
I mean, you did want to talk about the journaling, bro. The process of using this social media platform, and then the other ones is kind of like our daily journal kind of thing.
Oh,
Um,
okay, yeah,
and I know that at least from what I collected, it's kind of just like an accountability journal in a way,
yeah,
that kind of shows your progress because at least up on here, we like progress. We like showing progress. We like showing everybody out there the numbers, um, different things we had to work at to make something else work. We said that, yeah, we're going to get the logo up maybe by episode 5 or 6. And, here we are, not episode five or
man.
six, and it's
Episode
now
8.
about to happen. So just kind of showing, a lot of those like different successes, those things, like kind of going right back to what you were just saying about, or what we were saying about trying. You got to try. And we put a lot of different things into motion, learned what works, learned what didn't work. And so using these videos, especially, this is a form of journaling, kind of showing not
Yep.
only us our progress, but everybody out there, you can have that too.
Yeah, listen, man. I'm hoping, like, I'm honestly at this point, I'm actually hoping like things like Instagram, Facebook, and stuff like that is here long after I'm gone. Cause like, yo, honestly, heck, if everything we're doing to this point now is journaling, bro. It's you're
Mm-hmm.
writing your story, and you
Yep.
have notes. Like now you got notes. Now you got things to reflect on. You got things to see. I'm not. I wasn't. Got to speak it as if it exists, right? I wasn't a social media guy, like, but now
Mm-hmm.
getting into it, I'm realizing like everything I post is content. If I'm posting this content and it's my truth, then I'm documenting. That's what I'm really doing.
Mm.
I'm documenting my life. I'm documenting my journey. Like I'm documenting the opportunity for my grandkids to possibly know who they. I don't know how many grandfathers is that. I don't know how many great greats is that. I don't know.
Sure.
The super great grandfather is, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like who he was, like, you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And yeah, I'm actually hearing it's very important to learn about your parents, learn about your parents, man. Like there's strength in that, there's beauty in that. Not only, don't only look to learn about just the diseases and stuff they carry. Like, yo, learn about the trades they had, the skills they had, like,
Mm.
because if they had it, that means that there's a possibility that's it's in you. You know what I'm saying? I hear about these elders, like the ones beyond my grandparents. And I hear about my grandfather, and he used to build. I know I just went far left, man. He used to build
Go,
houses
go.
from scratch, man. They back when they didn't like have a Home Depot, right? They would have to
Mm.
go get the tree and cut it into the shape of the wood themselves to put on the house. Like, you know what I mean? They used to have all the skills. But anyway, um, journaling, man, it's important though. Like and you can start thinking of social media as your organized journal. It's definitely like this is the new photo album. That's what it is, man. Especially if you
Yeah.
go organize it, bro. It's the new photo album. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You're leaving behind opportunities for your kids to see, who you were and what you do. You're giving yourself something to like backtrack and see what you've been doing for the past couple of weeks. You know what I mean? For the past couple of weeks, I've been doing summer Sundays, right? And Yeah, I can say this week I had my son, my elder son and his friend come with me. Like this is their like third week, and they came looking for me this weekend. Hector, that man, that felt good. I ain't gonna lie to
Yeah,
you, bro.
that feels. I
Yeah,
bet, man.
yeah. They
Oh
came looking for me
yeah.
this weekend, bro. We made it to the park. You know, they want to learn some new skills. They've been, and we've been getting a chance to talk, and I've been giving them a chance to, give them some guidance. And I'm like, yo, this is
Mhm.
so dope, because, yo, I'm gonna be, I'm at 40's door, man. I'll be 40 in a few years, right? And these dudes aren't even 20, but
Mhm.
they're allowing me to pour into them, Hector. So you know what that means, yo? There's the
Yeah, man.
opportunity that they could be 20 years ahead of their, of the people in their generation, bro. And this
Right,
is just by coming and
right.
spend some time with me, just by, picking my brain a little bit, allowing me to
Hmm.
pick their brain a little bit, sharing with me.
Yep.
Yo, it's just dope. And then my
I
son's
did.
friend, huh?
I want to add to that too, man, because you mentioned it earlier. You got to kind of set the mood for these people to feel like we were talking about the Lyft and the Uber. They're not going to open up, or they're not going to come looking unless you make yourself approachable. And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
now they see that, and now they want that. So
yeah.
that's what's up.
Yeah, yeah,
Please
yeah.
continue
It,
though.
it was dope. It was definitely dope this week, man. And then I like his friend, bro. And again, we're gonna have them on the podcast coming soon, man. Maybe the next 2 weeks
Promise
or
soon.
so. But
Promise soon.
um his friend, bro, my son's friend, like he'll see me doing something at the park, and he'll just try to like jump in and just try it. And I like seeing that, because it's like, yo, bro, that's all it's about, man. It's not yet. Yes, you might not get the handstand right the first time. That's okay. But you
Hmm.
tried it. Now you know. Now the second time you have a feeling of what it felt like the first time. That's
Yep.
experience. That's how
That's
experience works.
experience. That's
The more
indeed
you
the
the more
truth.
you do it, the more experience you get. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And that you should feel the confidence growing. Like, that's how it goes, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He even asked me to give him a little bit of driving tips, because he been seeing me taking my boys driving.
Hmm.
So I even got a chance to do that, let him get behind the wheel a little bit. It was a dope little Sunday, man. It was a busy Sunday, bro. We actually went from there. We went straight to do a job,
Okay.
a return customer. So I had both of the boys there helping me. So I actually had a cameraman for the day, man. That was kind of cool.
Hey. All
And you
right.
know what I mean? And then we had to go to my daughter's birthday party, bro. So
That's
we
fire,
had a
bro.
we had a lot to do, but it was a beautiful day, man.
That's a good fucking day, Frank. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
that's a good day. That's a damn good day. That's
Yeah, man.
cool, man.
Yeah, and then it was his first time. It was his friend's first time going out on a job with somebody like that. This is nothing new to my kids. They've been coming out with me for like the past 2-3 years. And his
Right.
friend was just like, "Yo, this was a cool experience. Like, this was dope, man. I never been in a house like this. Like, you know what
You
I
just
mean?
opened up, yo. You just literally unlocked a young man's mind, bro.
Yeah, I'm
That's
hoping
that's.
so, bro.
I
I'm
feel like
hoping
that's
so, man."
exactly what you're doing. That's cool. So I'm gonna share something, bro, that happened to me this week with my son, just because I want to ride that same energy. But
All
I
right.
talked about a musical journey, right? I talked about sharing music and like just kind of listening to music with content. And my son gets in the car and he's like really interested in showing music. So we're going through some old school Kanye, bro, and he's listening to some of that, and then he puts on a song by Kendrick by K Dot, and he 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 was like, listen to this one, and I was like, oh, that's Kendrick. I heard that one, and his eyes, bro, like big. He's like, you know who Kendrick Lamar is? I'm like, yeah, of course, man. I was
You know
like,
who Kendrick
I've
Lamar
been I've been listening to Kendrick for a while. I've been listening to him since he was K Dot. Like, you may not have
Yeah,
heard that name. And
yeah.
he's thinking like, oh my God, like hold on. So right in that moment, he's like, Dad, let me get some music. Share me some music that you've heard. Because now my son trusts, the music I listen to is the stuff that he likes
Yeah.
too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that shit made me proud. I'm like, oh man, my boy is
you know,
listening
you
to
know what's
the
crazy? I
good
don't, I
shit.
don't like, y'all don't get me wrong. I listen to some of the hip hop out here, but I don't really follow too many of the artists. There's only a handful of them I follow, like J. Cole and
Mm,
Kendrick. Like, you know what I'm saying?
right.
Of course, like, what you mean? Do I know Kendrick? Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? Like, what you trying? I would have took a bit offended. Like, yeah, what you trying to say, bro?
Right,
What?
right.
Nah, but I feel what you're
Oh
saying though,
man.
bro. That's dope, man.
It was cool, man. It was cool
Can't
because
beat
yeah,
them daddy moments, man. You can't beat them, yo.
nah, man, they feel so good. And then yeah, they not only do they acknowledge like, oh shit, my dad's kind of cool. Like, that's I feel like that's what you've been able to kind of distill in your children. You work a little hard, man, and you can have a physique like yours. You work a little hard, and you could be an entrepreneur. And so I'm working on these things too to show my kid, here's what happens when I work hard. And, boom, here's a podcast, or here's what happened when I work hard. And then I'm able to kind of pursue my dream of writing stories and having them kind of turn into something more than just living on my computer or on paper. And so that's kind of what I'm hoping to happen back here a little bit. Y'all will see some of that. So, and that's, for me, but for my children too, for both my son and my stepdaughters, for them to see that, if you put you into it, man, you can have whatever the hell you want, but you got to work for it. It ain't going to come
Yeah.
easy. No one's going to deliver that shit to you, man. No one's
Nah,
going to do that.
you gotta put in that time and that energy, man.
Yep.
Anything you want, but that's how you manifest it, bro. You want that body, bro.
Exactly.
You manifest it by
Got to
putting
do it.
in time and energy. Yo, anything you want is gonna cost you time and energy.
Energy.
You know what I'm saying? Until you get the finances. When you get the finances, then you can pay your finances so you can get somebody else to spend their time and their energy. You know what I'm saying?
That's it, bro. That's
That's all
all of
we
it
trying to
right
build up, man.
there.
Yeah, man.
That's
But
all
yo,
of
it's
it.
been a dope week, man. And one of the things I also wanted to like I'm gonna make sure I start like really taking notice of is when I see these young people who are just like kind of go getters and let them know like, yo, that part of you, don't ever lose that.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a strength of yours. Just do it, bro. You know what I mean? There's a lot of us who fell into like I don't know, you know, I don't I want to call it a trap, but we fell into like this way of living where is an overhead mortgage that it's you could barely afford, and the gas prices is all up, and we fell into this thing and just lost this gumption. You know what I mean? To just go, it's like, oh, I want to do it, but I got this going on, I got that going on, and we got all the excuses, but you know what I mean. We're not just moving, like you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And while you're young, man, these young people, while they're young, man, y'all got the gumption. Just go, man. Just don't stop. Just go.
Yep.
There's something you interested in, try it. And I'm
Try
gonna
it.
say that I'm gonna say the same thing to our believers, man. The ones in our generation a bit older, heck, even the younger ones, man. But the believers, man, like, yo, just go for it. Now's the time, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now's the time. I know I said it like 3 times in the show, but now's the time. Okay, they got the
That's
AI
it.
bots to make things life a little easier. Figure out how to
Yep.
use them. You
That's
know
your
what I mean?
creative team.
The wave is here. You got to ride that wave. You act like you're surfing. Okay, the wave is here.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it, man. Not for real. AI is a creative team, man, and everybody's got a good idea up there, at least two. Shit.
Yeah.
So pick one you like. Pick the one that speaks to your heart and your mind at the same time, and run with it. And then
Yeah.
by your powers combined, man. You know what I'm saying? Some Captain Planet there.
Captain Planet for
Yeah.
real.
Listen, I grew up with that shit too, man. I love it. Forever a Captain Planet fan, bro.
Word, bro. Word.
But y'all, hour and in, I feel like
Yeah.
we hit the topics. And again, appreciative of all of y'all that stay tuned and got to share some smiles and maybe got you thinking a little bit. We'd love to hear what you got to say about it. So I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, Hector, you know what? At some point, bro, we should I know some people be doing like dual recordings, like they'll be recording like we could be recording this to like chop up a content, but somebody they'll be on live on another channel or something, like, so that also gives the viewers a chance, an opportunity to be on live with us to comment or say something and engage with us in the moment. So we got to grow into that.
Oh
There's a
yeah,
lot of
that's
things
an
we want to
idea.
grow into, but just putting that out there, you know what I mean?
I like it. Now that's something yeah, we could play with that. I like the idea of that. That'd be
All
cool. A
right.
live session. Yeah. That's where it's at. Live music, concerts,
Yeah.
You feel the most alive.
When we do that, that's when we got to get strict on the time and the day that we're doing it, bro.
Oh
Because
yeah.
we tell them we tune in at 10 o'clock. We got to be there at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock on the dot. Yep, I'm with it. All right,
All
but yeah,
right.
I'll close this out then. Shit, for all y'all who came through and let us borrow some time, I will see y'all next week on Peace of Your Mind. Peace out.
Peace out.